My best friend stole my girl, so I became his stepdad. I was 17 when I found out what real betrayal tastes like. It wasn't a sharp pain, it was cold, slow. It sank into my gut and rotted every good memory from the inside out. The kind of pain that doesn't scream, just sits there, feeding on your trust. It started with Jacob, my best friend since 3rd grade. We did everything together. Sleepovers, school fights, stupid dares. If I was Batman, he was Robin. If I had fries, he got half. We always said we'd be best men at each other's weddings one day. Then there was Mia, my first real girlfriend. Smart, a little dark, and funny in a way that matched my weird. We dated for a year. She said she loved me. I believed her. I was all in, until the night I walked in on them. I showed up to Jacob's place unannounced like I always did. His mom was out of town. The front door was open. I heard laughter upstairs. Hers, his, then silence, then noises. Bedroom door cracked, clothes on the floor. Her necklace, the one I gave her, on his nightstand. I didn't scream, didn't cry, didn't even leave. I just stood there for 10 minutes, listening, processing. That was the moment something broke inside me, something I never got back. I left quietly, and I started planning. Not a fight, not a shout. That'd be over too fast. I wanted something slow, something permanent. The next day, I walked into Jacob's house like nothing happened. His mom, Melanie, was in the kitchen struggling with her coffee maker. I fixed it in 10 minutes. She smiled, called me handier than her son. That was the moment the idea sparked. Melanie was 38, divorced, worked 2 jobs. Jacob barely said 2 words to her unless he needed cash. But me? I remembered her birthday, her favorite wine, how she liked her grilled cheese. I started visiting more, helping out, listening. When I graduated, I told her I was taking a gap year, said I didn't know where I belonged. She said I was welcome anytime, so I kept coming back. One night she opened a bottle of wine. We talked for hours. She told me how lonely it was raising a kid who didn't care, how she'd given up on love. I told her she deserved better. She touched my hand. 6 months later, we were quietly dating. A year later, I moved in. Jacob was off at college by then, dorm life, partying, barely came home. When he did, he didn't notice the second toothbrush in the bathroom, or the cologne on the dresser, until Thanksgiving. I was setting the table when he walked in. "You live here now?" He laughed. I smiled. Something like that. Next morning at breakfast, Melanie dropped the bomb. "We're engaged." Jacob choked on his eggs. "You're kidding." "Nope," she said. "I love him." He flipped, called it disgusting, called me a loser. Melanie told him if he couldn't be supportive, he should leave. So he did, and I stayed. 6 months later, we got married. Small ceremony, just a few friends. Melanie cried when I said my vows. I said them steady. I became Jacob's stepdad, framed the wedding photo, hung it above the fireplace. Next time Jacob came by, he saw it, saw my arm around his mom. He didn't even sit down. "You psycho," he whispered. "Call me Dad," I said, smiling. He stormed out again. But here's the twist. It stopped being about revenge. Melanie wasn't some pawn. She became my person. She saw me when no one else did, gave me a home, a name, a future. Jacob still hates me. Mia's been gone a long time, but every Christmas, I send him a card, signed, your father. And every year, I sit by the fire, sip my coffee, and smile. Because sometimes revenge isn't fire or fists. Sometimes it's family.